Oops, sorry, had it muted. So stupid. I've been messing with the mic so much tonight that I had it off. So yeah, no, I'd be chatting. I've been messing with this crap all night, getting the stream set up. So what time is it there right now, Cruff? If you can hear me now. 5 p.m. Okay, cool. Aye, Captain. I'm trying to think. Tomorrow, it'll only be on YouTube because I can't co-stream, but I'm doing a co-stream with, I think it's tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I'm still waiting to hear back from the guys for a time if they can do it tomorrow, but it's going to be with Rob Norton, who did a really cool fan comic called Master's End, as well as Chuck Gibson, who used to be a inker for Wildstorm Comics. So he's total 90s comics pro. So it's pretty cool to see him do stuff. Working on ink and paint. He's a inker. He actually taught me how to ink. I used to be his assistant like 20 years ago. There's a dude from Cyberforce, and he's like, his costume is so confusing. I like the character, but then as I was researching it, I realized that the creator never actually drew the full costume, and the costume changed in every panel. So. See, technical pen. Yeah, there's certain main elements I have to get for it though, for it to work. Like, do I still have it here? Let's see here. There we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. There we go. It's this dude. Impact. Like, this area is always drawn different. The shoulder pads are always different. Even as, like, even in here, usually it's gold all the way down to here. But this one, it's like silver for some reason. Sometimes these are three-dimensional pads that get connected by this 2D thing. It makes no sense. So, I'm trying to make something up that's relatively close, recognizable. Mostly it's just his chrome and his hair is his identifying feature. Yeah, whatever the hell I want. All right. Yeah, this was the 90s though. They just made their own comics and dove into it. I don't think they even fully designed it. I think they were designing it on the page as they were drawing it. They had a couple sketches in their sketchbook and then just went for it. And this wasn't, I mean, he was a main character on the team, but once they started the book, he wasn't really in it that much. He would just kind of show up in the background, so they never really fleshed him out all that much. There were the other characters that they fleshed out a lot more, like Ripclaw, just kind of like a Wolverine dude. There you go. I would kill for a reference sheet for this guy right now, though. It would have saved me a lot of time. It always makes me wonder when they would have guest artists draw their books, what they would say when they had to draw this guy. It's like, dude, where the hell is the reference sheet? How am I supposed to keep him on model? Impossible. When you say make them more relevant, are you talking about their designs, like their outfits? Is that what you're referring to? Which I would agree, if that's what you're saying. I think it's good to simplify too. Yours are simpler, stronger silhouettes, which is the way to go. This stuff is just a whole bunch of noise that's fun to draw. Oh, okay, story relevant, cool. But yeah, your designs of your characters were unique though too. They're easy to recognize, so which is good. This stuff is just a bunch of visual noise. Like I was saying. But it didn't matter as long as it was cool drawings back in the 90s. That'll do it. And then because he's like kind of the green shiny in this area here. But then this area is all chrome, so, but still shiny, but slightly different shiny. And this is like a yellow chrome, so it's a different kind of shiny. It's so stupid. Yeah, it's good to have a simpler design with those distinguishing features. Otherwise you end up with like Michael Bay's Transformers, just a bunch of noise. Can't tell them apart. Plus, if you're doing comics or animation, you gotta draw them a million times, which is probably why this guy's costume changes all the time. He got tired of drawing it over and over again with all those details, trying to remember them all. That's good though, man. It'll stand out. Won't be the same as everything else. It's nice. Just don't get too complicated where they're hard to remember. Like fantasy stuff. I am Arathorn Regarian of the land of Inglavia. It's like, what? See, and now it stopped showing the Twitch chat on the stream. That's so stupid. This dumb thing. Let's see here. I'm gonna do a quick check now. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Oh, that's cool. Got the LL name, kind of like classic comics. J. Jonah Jameson, Peter Parker, Loretta Lorenzo, Lorziana. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. You're gonna have to call her Lori. Let's see, 1 sec. Seeing if the chat will update here. I'm not gonna spend long on it though. Just quick check. Oh, Nicious, hey man. I didn't see that chat earlier too, the chaps. I was muted earlier, sorry. If you're still here, hello. Yeah, none of the stupid Twitch chat is showing. Oh well. Yep, Stan Lee style, for sure. Stupid thing. And then your name barely even shows up in the chat on screen. It's so stupid. Oh well. I'll just turn it off for now. Yeah, I'll leave it up a little bit, but darn thing. You'll have a voice in my head. Yeah, I've been trying to get it to where the YouTube people could see the Twitch chat and the Twitch people could see the YouTube chat, and it was working earlier, right before I went live, and then as soon as I went live, it stopped working. Fucking thing. But fuck it, I'm tired of dealing with it tonight. I can actually do this stuff, but there we go. But then I have to look up and click on it, so. No! Yeah. And then, like Nadius earlier, this guy's on YouTube. Comes in. He's in Australia, if you're still around, Nauseous. I did a stream with him, too. He's like super driven, man. He does like a piece of fan art almost every day on Instagram Live. Just cranking them out like crazy. And here I've been working on one piece for 2-3 days. Alright, speaking of which, get this going here. Loretta Lorenzo Luziana. Nice. It's not the one you're redoing, though. Oh, why is that, huh? What does green have in meaning in characters, I guess? Like purple is evil, tends to be. I wonder what green is. They're gonna be rich. I used to know all the kind of color tropes that they'd use for character design like at Disney and stuff, but I can't remember any of them now except for purple. Almost every classic Disney villain's purple or wearing purple. Heavy shadow going on these huge muscles. Yeah, if it makes the brain feel good, gets that dopamine. Hopefully I'll reflect to the people that are reading it too. Get that same feels, brain feels. Oh, whoops. Yeah, in the song. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. It shows Batman. Chris Nolan's Batman clips during the video above my head there. That's the YouTube video. But Batman isn't eating. Oh, it's over. Time for the next one. All right, now we got Deep Future Garage Mix for concentration. So deep concentration upcoming. It's just this girl walking through the city endlessly for like 3 hours. Nice. So do you bring it into the bedroom too? You don't dress as your own characters, do you? Although if you do, it's okay. I won't kink shame. Cool. I'm not liking that. Trying to get these ribs to look like a different shininess, but not liking anything. Tell you what, Chroma is good practice for pen control. Getting smooth, throwing smooth lines. Not some are smoother than others. Guess it is a little bit like a silent student. It's hard to concentrate on these and talk at the same time. Trying to figure it out. It's getting there though. That's pretty much true. I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with the old 90s Image comics, Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri, but both their teams, Cyberforce and Wildcats, were both just, they had like the ninja assassin girl, kind of had like the stripper girl with some strange power. They had some clean cut, good guy Superman type. And they always had a big dumb brute like this. Wildcats was called Maul and this guy was called Impact. And they were both just as useless for the storylines. But they looked cool. I liked seeing them pop up in the background. But yeah, and it was all just based on same tropes from when they worked at Marvel Comics, drawing Hulk and stuff. Hulk, Wolverine. It's kind of all just derivatives of them. Yep, pretty much. Stereotypical group. Yeah, he's even got the 90s hair. Long curly hair. Could be 80s. He's got a perm. When I stream with those other guys tomorrow, I'm going to draw one of his characters from his comic. A guy called, what was he called? He's kind of a Wolverine ripoff. On purpose, though. His comic is kind of making fun of 90s comics. What was it called? Kill something. What was it called? Kill Snap. Kill Snap. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Like the Punisher. A little bit. Because he used to be a dad. So he's kind of got that. Punisher's one of my favorites. Obviously, since I'm doing a homage comic to him. But with my Punish comic. Or Wolverine too. He's sort of got that. I mean, I wonder. You mean just for materials and stuff? Paper materials? But I guess you compensate with hardware, like digital like this nowadays, but yeah. It was definitely simpler though, with just pen and paper pretty much. Yeah, definitely a lot more supply. spent on supplies. It's actually why I went to digital, because long time ago. Because the guy I was talking about from Image Comics, who I'm streaming with tomorrow, he taught me to ink traditionally on paper, using a nib, Hunt 102 nib, and a brush, a Winsor Newton Series 7 brush, using rapidograph ink, and it looks great. But man, quills like the Hunt 102s are, you buy a box of like 20 and like 4 of them are good, 5 are like sort of good, and then the other are just crap, and you don't even know till you start working on the page. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass. And then brushes even more, and the brushes are expensive, and if the brush is a bad brush or has a stray bristle, you're just screwed. You spent all that money, like 15 bucks on a brush. But I like the look of it, but yeah, I had to switch to digital. I got tired of dealing with paper and brush and nibs. Some people really dig it though and enjoy the sort of art of it, but not me. I'm lazy. Although I'm trying to get back in traditional. I was maybe going to do my comic traditionally, but it had been a while. I was kind of rusty and I just wanted to get started. I didn't want to have more excuses to waste time. So I just figured I'll do this one digital. Maybe the next one I'll do traditional. Oh, I didn't open my drink. Be back in 2 secs. I need to grab a drink. For those wondering what we're talking about on YouTube, yeah. Whole community of characters, or a community of actual people that you're creating with? Oh, cool. Oh yeah, you were mentioning that too, like kind of they all met each other and stuff, right? Some of them. Yeah. Are you writing lore for them to draw their own comics of them and stuff? Hmm. Of their characters though, or like, cause you say you're doing it for them too. How does it connect to them? Or are they just enjoying reading it as it goes, as you write it? Oh, okay, okay, that's cool. Is there an Uncle Ginger in there? Just kidding. Oh, Chrome is fun to draw, but man, I'm gonna be tired of it after this. Can't imagine drawing a whole comic with this dude. I'd have to simplify him for sure, though. Oh, that's pretty cool. You're pretty driven, dude. You got multiple comics and stories, writing lore for all those people, build models, redrawing that long comic. It's a lot of stuff. Not enough time in the day. That looks terrible. Erase that. Another reason I like digital more than traditional. I don't have to put white out over all these lines when I mess it up and try to ink over the white out. Although it's cool to see original art with the whiteout corrections on it from other artists. Yeah. Sounds like a case of ADHD, like me. You can work on multiple like a freelancer, but maybe set a schedule for completion. Like set a date and then for a couple of them and set a schedule like this day work on, you know, for 4 hours on this one, set a timer, then when that timer bings you, work on the other one for 4 hours, and that's it for the day. Mark it off as done. Then you kind of pick away at it, but you're consistent. And you don't get distracted because you're sticking to the one idea for a certain amount of time, but not for days on end and getting bored with it too. It's kind of what I've been trying to do a little bit when I have, not necessarily personal work, but if I have freelance work going too, and trying to do more than one thing at a time during the week. Helps my ADHD brain. It's kind of new, but I'm trying to get used to it, the scheduling thing. Yeah, my therapist recommended it. Actually, there's another artist I follow who has the exact type as I do. And he does a lot of these same things, so I've been kind of copying what he does, because he does all freelance illustration, but he'll have 4 or 5 different things going on every week for different clients, so it's tough to keep track of and stay focused. That's kind of one thing he does. He like sets a schedule for the week, and on each day how long he's going to work on which, and he'll has a little timer on his phone that he sets, and he'll sit and just focus on that for as long as he can handle. Like, he's not gonna say, all right, 8 hours straight. It could be like 2 to 4 hours, and take a break. Maybe, if it's professional, do a couple emails or something, write an invoice, and then spend the second half of the day on one of the other projects or a personal project. But then you feel like you accomplished something and you're not burnt out or going crazy trying to stay focused on one thing either. So yeah, it's definitely a spectrum. Mine's definitely on the hyperactive side when I got tested. It's not hyperactive physically, but as far as how my brain's working in the background. Like, my body is pretty chill, but my brain is severely hyperactive at all times. Too much going on, which makes me forget things too. The harder I try to remember it, sometimes the easier I'll forget it, because it just builds on the noise in the brain. Yeah, it's tough. These streams help a little bit too, though, because keeps me seated. I can't just keep getting up every 10 minutes, because if anyone's watching, they can be like, "What the hell, man? I didn't tune in to watch you take breaks all night." Especially for replays, because I don't tend to have a ton of viewers yet live, but I co-stream on YouTube, and the replays of all these live streams actually tend to get a lot more views over following several days. So, like, I'll have like 2 viewers the whole stream, but then a week later it'll have like 200 views or something. So, not so bad for beginner streamer. Yep, that's me too. I mean, sometimes it is real exhaustion too, like, because before you've even done anything, you've exhausted yourself mentally. Sometimes it's like, feels like physical pain trying to concentrate or think about one thing and focus too. It's hard to describe to people that don't have ADHD though. It's also why I started streaming so late tonight. I mean, it was some stuff I had to get done too, but some could have waited till tomorrow. But I was trying to fix one little thing with the stream, then I had to fix another thing, then another thing. I'm like, oh, I gotta fix this. Maybe I can add this. Let's get the multi-chat going. Before you know it, 3 hours has gone by and it's like 1 a.m. It's like, God damn it. Let's see. chrome. He's very chrome. Yeah, exactly, man. It's me too. Yeah. And my mind will still be saying yes for a long time building up to it, and then when the moment finally comes, then it says no because it exhausted itself building up to it. It's like, when I get home, I'm going to do this and this and this. Oh, I want to do this too. I want to do this too. Oh, what about this? And by the time you get home, you're like, oh, I'm too tired to even start. Yeah, sometimes you overthink it, like it's not going to have enough time, and that keeps you from starting too, or staying with it. It's tough. It sucks. But being aware of it too, I notice so many more other professional artists that have the same thing. So, like, once you're aware of it, it's actually kind of easy to recognize a lot of the time. But if they're handling it and working and keeping up with it, then kind of use some of the stuff they've figured out through trial and error to make it work. Because you can make it like a superpower, but because you get really good at multitasking if you can, you know, kind of focus it in the right way, use it in the right way. Yeah, exactly. Very appropriate face. That's my internal face. It's like so many things now. It's like, oh, a new shiny thing. A new shiny thing to distract me. Oh, there's another shiny thing. Alright, I'm gonna mess with this shiny thing. Oh! When I was going to get that shiny thing, I saw another shiny thing. Yep. That's part of the exhaustion part. Dealing with that, and then you're too exhausted to even get started. It's fucked up, man. Oops. Now I gotta put in the cross lines for his steel armor. But it's kind of the fun part. Let's see. Group all these together. Yeah, it's crazy how many do, but then again, it kind of makes sense with just the way we think and create and multitask and stuff. It's real thin. Okay. These are my favorite parts about drawing chrome, is these cross sections here. Like plated armor, sort of. Yeah, right. I mean, you can. It's not consistent, but you can find a way to have moments where it can work to your benefit. I mean, I'm relatively new to being diagnosed with this, so I'm still learning, but I've definitely had moments. But it never lasts. It'll never be 100% handled, so just gotta accept that. Yeah, purge it. Purge it through art. Alright, let's mask this. This is my favorite part. Get a real fine line. Zoom in here and then start cutting out the highlight here. Oops, wrong side. Almost like each of these ridges has a little highlight on the upper edge of it. Makes the chrome look really cool. It's hard to see it. There we go. Wrong side. Okay. Little 90s comics trick. These little white line cutouts on the chrome here. Jim Lee always did this when he'd draw Colossus for the X-Men. Scott Williams inking him would do this. Same with Art Adams. Barry Windsor Smith. doing it on the upper side, but the light's coming from above, so it needs to be on the upper ridge of this panel here. It is kind of same era, but this is actually, oops, this is Impact from Cyberforce, so close, and pretty much same shit. Chrome. Came over to Twitch, I saw you on YouTube earlier, dude. I used to have the chat working for both, but it wasn't working anymore. Stopped working, so. Do you guys know each other? You guys have both been on my stream at the same time before. A couple of times. Cruff is the bee's knees. But yeah, Nate, this is my favorite part. The old 90s trick, cutting out the chrome panels. 90s style. Love this. How Mark Silvestri always drew like, do you remember when the Mark Silvestri, Chris Claremont era of the X-Men, when Colossus was like huge and he didn't wear a shirt, he didn't wear like that upper sort of vest thing, it was just shirtless on top, he was just like all muscles and chrome. Looks looked super cool. He was so hot. Nah, I loved seeing all the chrome, and he always drew him like way bigger and buff than like John Byrne and those guys would draw him in the 70s. Looked way cooler. Yeah. Were you telling me you want me to go topless now, Nate? The rest of the stream? Nah, I can't do that. It'll short out my camera. I'm too bright with my pale skin. It'll blind you and then the camera will short out, ruin the melt the lens. That's right, it's too powerful. You can't handle it. Exactly. The world isn't ready. Like I said, I'm still sort of new to the streaming, so gotta give it time, easy into it. I'll start wearing cut-off sleeves first for a while. Then I'll move into tank tops. Then fishnet shirts, so you can sort of start seeing it, little tees. Then one day I'll just show up and you'll just see white on the screen and you'll know that I'm finally topless. Yeah, there we go. Turned out pretty cool. Because you're swooning? Believe it or not, I used to wear fishnet a lot back in my goth days. Fishnet sleeves and a skirt with fishnets on the legs. Ugh. I think I'm gonna put some color on this guy too, but not tonight. But I do have the logos here ready to go. Let me mask this out a little bit. Yeah, I used to have a long goth skirt with chains that I sewed into it. And then I used to have a black cheerleader skirt that I would wear with fishnets and combat boots. And I'd go dancing at the goth clubs to Bass and Ministry and stuff. It's definitely getting to be more nowadays, but definitely with goth too, because it's sort of got that vampiric edge, and vampires tend to be a little femme. Go. Cyberforce. I have to admit though, I used some AI on this. But not in the way you'd think. No, I could only find a super low res version of the Cyberforce logo. It was like 200 pixels, so I threw it in one of those AI enlarging things to get it up to like 2K. Didn't turn out too bad. It's got a little weirdness on the edges, but just colors and outlines, so that's about the extent I'll use AI for art, though. Nothing beyond that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna color the sky, but another day, and put a little flat background. Hey Ned, I was telling you on Instagram I might do a stream with Chuck and Rob. I'm gonna draw Rob's character on the stream from his comic that he's doing, the like Wolverine looking guy. I keep forgetting his name. I just told Cruff the name. Let me look it up again. Crap, what was it called? Kill Snap. It's so stupid, the name, which is perfect. I mean, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. Grimclaw? Well, that Grimclaw, isn't that from the Master's End? Killsnap's in his severed penis 90s parody he's doing. Let's see. Yeah, do one more thing here. Turn off the logos. Do a little gradient here too. Oops. But yeah, wasn't Grimclaw one of the Masters of the Universe characters? Alright, this... Whoa. Okay. Quick cut out of this guy here. Doing this masking cutout part, but it'll be good for when I do the color too. I'll already have the stuff masked out. last little mask here. Oops. Do that again. Dang it. Keeps being slightly off. But that's alright. Go. Selected area. There we go. Perfect little masking. Finito. There he is, Mr. Chrome. Like Bart Sears' Brutes and Babes, just big chrome people. Whew. Well, that's late. It's 3 a.m. here, so I'm gonna tune off. Turn this off and hit the hay. But thanks for coming by, Nate, and thanks for hanging almost the whole time, Cruff. Good chatting with you. Yeah, definitely. Hulk Colossus had a child in the 80s with his perm. Thanks, guys, and yeah, catch you tomorrow, maybe. Let's see,